Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now, a show where we get you answers for all of your stock-related queries. The markets are recovering from the day's lowest point as we speak. A good recovery of about 110 points coming in for Nifty. Let's see what Nifty Bank is doing. Has there been a recovery in Nifty Bank, given the fact that the pain was much more sharper, much more steeper in the Nifty Bank when you compare it to the benchmark indices? And there you go, Nifty Bank also trying to make some sort of a recovery, a marginal one at that, but nevertheless 0.5% uptick from the day's lowest point coming in for Nifty Bank. But with that, let me kickstart with all of your stock related queries. Today we have HDFC Kapadia to take all of your technical queries, while on the fundamentals we have Rajesh Agarwal. Once again, good morning to you, HDFC, as well as Rajesh. Thank you for joining us. Let me kickstart taking the queries then. And this one is coming in from Ravi, and he wants to know about Walcott. He is holding the shares at a level of around 720 rupees per share. He wants to know about the target price for the short term and the long term for this one. And HDFC, what a rise, what a rally Walcott has actually logged in the last 1 week alone. 720 is his buy price. I'm sure that he would be very happy with that buy price, given the fact that he is making sort of a gain on that one, about in excess of about 150 rupees per share gain. What's your take coming in on Walcott now? What sort of a target should he keep in mind?
Very good morning to you, Sharad. Thank you for having me on the show. Very good morning to Rajesh also. I believe we are heading towards 980, Sharad. We have been in an uptrend since, we bottomed out somewhere in March 23. And since then, we've had like you said, we've had a phenomenal move. And yes, I believe the move is not yet over. Having said that, we moved from 550 to almost 900 in 11 trading sessions, 11 trading sessions, Sharad. So for the time being, we might see a cool off, but we've just begun the month of July. So in the current month itself, I think we should be expecting somewhere between 953 and 980. 980 would be my target for him in July, maybe August, basically July. Sure.
980 is where Walcott Pharma is heading to. But the next query that I have, Rajesh, is also from the pharma space, because Mahesh wants to know, can he buy Laurus Lab at current market price with the next 1 year investment horizon, as well as he is already holding some of the pharma counters like Biocon, Sun Pharma, DVSap, but now he wants to add more exposure in the pharma space with the Laurus bet. Will that be a good move?
See, the pharma has been underperforming since quite a long period of time, and it's already bottomed out and started moving down. As far as Laurus is concerned, the API business has started doing well. Last 1 year or so, it was in a very bad shape. Because at COVID time, we have seen plus if I'm the numbers have been pretty bad in the last 2-3 quarters for Laurus, but as far as management commentary is concerned, they have clearly said that the expansion has complete. They have tried by launching new products into new markets. I think the target of 480, 490 is quite possible in the next 6 to 9 months. So one can go long in Laurus. And as far as other companies are concerned, which were discussed, I think one can add Dr. Reddy's to the list.
All right, let's move on. Then let me take the next query. This one is coming from Prashant Joi. He's writing to us from Mumbai. He wants to know whether he should continue to hold or book profits in Tata Elxsi. His buy price was 2,100 rupees per share. His other stock is L&T Finance, where the buy price is 60 rupees per share. He has about 1,000 shares of L&T Finance, 25 of Tata Elxsi. What's your take? Hemen, do you think now he should go ahead and book profits in Tata Elxsi? Because after touching the 10,000 rupees per share mark about 2.5 years ago, the stock has only come off those levels and it is stabilized at around the levels that it is currently at. So what's your take? Do you think he should book profits from Tata Elxsi as well as L&T Finance? The buy price was 60.
I think it's more specific to his investment horizon, Cheryl. Like you mentioned, it peaked at 10,760 a couple of years ago. But one needs to keep in mind that the stock had moved from 500, Cheryl. 500 to 10,760 is amazing. It's a dream run. What I mean to say is this warranted a significant time and price correction. And yes, we are 2.5 years into the correction and still no sign of stopping. So what I mean to say is if his investment horizon is 2 years or more, it's a very clear hold. No two ways about it. We remain safely ensconced in a longer term of more, despite this 2.5 year correction. But yeah, if he has a slightly shorter term view or he needs to book the profit, he can hold on just a bit. I believe in this month we should take out 73.50. That happens, wait, we'd see it go up by at least a few hundred points. Otherwise, if this doesn't happen in the next week or so, then he can book profit. But a long term, I think is a very clear hold. But once again, only for 2 years or more. L&T Finance remains an uptrend on all time frames, short term, medium term, long term. But now we walked into a virtual roadblock. The all-time high was 188.95 in November 17. And after 7 years, we've come very close to that level. We almost there. We posted higher 194 today. So partial profit booking is recommended simply because an all-time high after such a move would warrant some profit booking. But once again, if it's a longer-term outlook, it's all hunky-dory, nothing to worry. But extreme near-term, expect some turbulence. So maybe a little bit of profit booking. I wouldn't sell everything though.
That's the take on L&T Finance. We're moving on. And Rajesh, what's your view on Genus Power? Mayank Saraf is holding 10,000 shares, but his buy price is 270 rupees. What I can see that he's already at a handsome profits. But can he add more with the next 2 years investment horizon?
See, adding more at this point of time would be recommended because I think already with the news of smart meters and all the merger of their subsidiaries, etc., have been already been discounted. Yes, it's a fact that they're sitting on big orders for smart meters across the country, but still, I think at these prices, adding new would be little risky. If it corrects by around 10% to around 300 odd rupees, that would be a better point to add.
This next one is coming from Richie. He's writing to us from AP and he wants to know about L&T for the short term before the budget. So it's really short term. Hemen, what's your take coming in for L&T? How does it look on the charts to you for a very short term bet?
Lovely stock. I'm not sure short term would quantify or apply for L&T now. But yes, why I'm saying this is 3 and 3, 6. This is the 7th month in a row, Cheryl, where L&T is moving sideways. Once again, we remain very clearly unequivocally in a longer term up move. But after 6 months of a sideways movement, there's not much to go on. Even then, I believe about 36.20. We should be gravitating slowly towards 37.20 specifically for this month before the budget.
All right, that's the take on L&T. But Rajesh, okay, Hemen, I wish to come to you because this one is a technical query wherein Rajesh Maheshwari from Singapore is holding 70 shares of DVSap. His buy price is 4,435 rupees. Wants a short to medium term outlook on this one, whether he should stay invested or move on to some other counter.
Keeping a short term view in mind, Shashti, it's in a trading range between 34 and 46.50 for the last 13 trading sessions. The bias on the long term is very clearly bullish. So if it breaks out above 46.50, which is a possibility, then we can expect a roughly 150 point upside. And this is a very specific short term view. Long term remains bullish.
All right. I'm not sure if you tracked this one, Rajesh, but our viewer has asked me to take this query to you. Ajay has written, he wants to know about if it's a good strategy to buy KC Industries in the wake of news of stock split and bonus share issue. Do you track this one by any chance, KC Industry?
Which company you said?
KC Industry.
I am not getting you.
It is KC Industry. I have not tracked this one either. So I'm just checking in case you've tracked this one.
No, we don't track this.
All right. All right. So let me take this next one then. And this one is coming in from our viewer, V. Murli, who's writing to us from Bangalore. And he wants to know, where is the markets headed towards the budget, given the fact that anytime we'll get the date for the budgets. He wants to know about whether he can buy Tega Industries, which is mining related services company, even though he feels that the valuations are expensive. And also brokerage we spoke at the length, but what about Tega Industries in particular, Rajesh?
Tega is a very good buy, I would say. It's supplies to mining companies and moving companies. We're trading at yes, I would say somewhat stretched valuation, but the kind of order book this company has, I think for a longer term investor, I'm not talking about somebody looking for just budget and all, but for a longer term investor, it's a good investment bet. And if it falls by around 10%, that would be an even better point to enter. What I would suggest is buy in a staggered way.
That's the take coming in on Tega Industries. But the next query that I have is coming in for Rajesh G, wherein RK Jalan, Rajesh wants your advice on TV18. He's holding 50,000 shares. His buy price is 48 rupees from the media space. What's your view on this counter? Yes, Rajesh, this query is for you. All right. I think we have snapped that line with Rajesh. We'll try to get that back. But meanwhile, Hemen, can you advise Mali from Hyderabad on Bajaj Finance? She is holding 200 shares. Her buy price is 6,500 rupees. Should she move out of this one or continue to hold on? And if you advise to move out, can she go ahead and buy Geo Finance at this point?
Geo Finance has some momentum, but my drawback is the data is limited. Okay, we have some data, but Bajaj Finance, I have more than 10 years of data. Geo, I have probably a year of data. So that is a handicap for me. But I would suggest hold Bajaj Finance. Once again, if the holding period is slightly on the longer term, 3 years, 3 years we've gone nowhere. A blue chip stock, 3 years doing nothing. The level to watch out is 7,800 and 8,050. There's a congestion area. I believe some point in the current calendar year, we will take this out. That happens at the risk of sounding overly bullish, we are going to 5 figures. So I would say hold, but yeah, it's taken 3 years. I can't quantify and tell you exactly that 3 months later we're breaking out, but looks very good. And it's a correction in a longer term up move. So when this level gets taken out, I think it's going to be a wonderful. I mean, it will make up for all the time that she's holding. So I would say strong hold. Outlook needs to be slightly longer term.
All right. On that note, we'll slip into break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking your query, viewers. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Buy Now, Sell Now. Let's keep it going with all your stock-related queries. Then, and the next query that I have, Hemen is coming in from Satyaveni. He's been writing to us for quite some time now, and he wants your advice on Adani Ports. He wants to know, can he go ahead and buy Adani Ports at current market price, or would you advise to rather make a choice between some of the defense stocks or L&T right now?
L&T would be the easier one, Shrishti, simply because we just spoke about L&T. We've been corrected for a few months. So, I mean, in a market like this where everything is, flying through the roof, L&T is something which has had a beautiful move, but has given a time and price correction. So that makes it technically attractive. Adani Ports remains a favorite, and it's been in a up move ever since the sell-off last year. So everything is fine, but if I had to pick and choose, I think L&T seems better placed simply because we've corrected. And the bigger picture, I mean, we remain in a longer term uptrend system.
Let me get this next query response from Rajesh then. This one is coming from Bala, and he wants to know whether he should exit IndusInd Bank and Lemon Tree and instead look to buy BPCL, HDFC Bank and Orient Paper. What's your take on this? I'm not sure what his buy price is, whether he's making a profit, but the fact that he wants to move out of them and wants to buy BPCL, HDFC Bank or for the matter of fact Orient Paper, I'm expecting him to make some profits, isn't it, Rajesh?
See, no point switching from IndusInd Bank to any other stock at this point of time, because I think there is still left in IndusInd Bank. It can move higher to around 1,500 plus rupees. But yes, HDFC Bank is a good buy at this point of time. Despite the fact that it has run up somewhat in the last 2-3 days or 5 days, but still it's highly undervalued considering the fact that it's one of the top 5 largest banks across the world, going to report around 80,000 odd crores of profit in FY26. asset quality is good, and IAMs have been stable, I would say. There was some out dip in the recent past, but because of the big corporate action going forward, I think once interest rate starts going down, these banks are going to do well. So stay put with IndusInd Bank if you have extra money put into HDFC Bank. As far as BPCL and SPCL are concerned, they are also trading at a high discount to their intrinsic value, despite the fact that they have run up quite a lot going forward. I think both of them can give you 12 to 15% return in a 1 year period of time.
All right, moving on then, and Hemen, what's your view on Coal India, wherein Anu from Gurugram is holding 250 shares, her buy price is 467 rupees, wants a short to medium term view on this one.
Shishi, the short-term view is very clearly turning positive, taken support on the 55-day moving average. This should gain further momentum once it sustains above 494. We seem to be getting there. So succinctly put, the short-term picture is improving. The medium-term picture has been corrective for the last 5 months, but the undercurrent is so strong, it's correcting by moving up and sideways and up instead of coming down. So short-term picture improving, medium-term corrective, long-term up.
Once again to you actually, Hemen, this one is coming from Suchitra. Wants to know if Electra Green Tech is a good stock that she can look to buy right now for the short term. What's your take on Electra Green Tech? Do you think that the rally is already played out, or there is some scope of further upside? Because over the last 6 months or rather 2-3 months, the stock has not done much.
Absolutely, Cheryl. You're absolutely bang on about that. 5 months we haven't done anything, and now it seems to be trying to break free of the shackles, so to speak. So the short-term view, I would say, if I could request her to convert into a slightly medium, maybe 3 months or so. Why I'm saying this? Because the correction is now probably in the last stages after 5 months. Things should start looking up beyond 1900, and once that happens, we'd probably see medium-term positives coming in. So if you have a 3-month time frame, there's not much to lose over here. Please keep a stop loss of 1720 though.
All right, the next query that I have, Rajesh, is from Venkat Ramani, and he wants a suggestion on 2 stocks, whether to buy with the next 1 year investment horizon. He has names like IREDA as well as Narayan Hridralaya in mind. Do you believe that any of the stock will be a good bet at current market price?
See, both are great stocks, no doubt. But IREDA, as far as IREDA is concerned, I think the valuations are stretched. They are into renewable energy financing, and renewable energy is one of the in thing at this point of time. A correction to around 175, 180 odd levels would be a good entry point. Narayan Hridralaya is a very good bet. Healthcare as an industry is doing very well with people being more into medical insurance and all, with medical tourism also going up. I think these organized health players are going to do well. Narayan Hridralaya, the numbers have been good. The expansion has been done. Per bed, average revenue per bed is also good. I think one can buy Narayan Hridralaya for a target of 1400 odd rupees.
All right, this one is coming from Mr. Bala, who's writing for you actually, Rajesh. He wants to know which stock market linked stock that he can look to buy, and the stocks that he is looking at is CDSL, CAMS, 361, or for the matter of fact, BSE also comes into that list. We did speak about brokers or brokerage related stocks, but what about them in particular?
So you can go for 2, I would say. One is NAM India, that's Nippon Life. That's trading at a huge discount to the other AMC players. AMCs are going to do well. We have seen SIPs going through the roof, the number of mutual fund investors going up. So these AMC players are going to do well. I don't say that HDFC is a bad company, but the valuations are stretched. And the second one would be BSE, of course, around 30,000 odd market cap. They are holding 15% into CDSL. So once you buy BSE, you are having a play in both BSE and CDSL both. Star Mutual Fund, their mutual fund platform is doing well. INX is doing well. And the best part is a debt-free company sitting on a cash. So I think BSE can be bought at these levels because it has corrected quite a lot from 3200 odd levels to 2500. With a target of 3,000 odd levels the next 1 year, BSE could be a good bet.
Right, that's BSC. That could be a good bet still at these levels. But Hemen, the next query is from Veni, and he wants to have your take on BDL as well as BEML. Any right price that you can tell him to enter with a medium-term investment horizon?
As far as BDL concerned, we've staged a very good recovery and we're almost at its all-time highs. So either it breaks out from here above 1660 and goes to 1800 plus, or it corrects over here. So I would say you can do 1/3 or half at current levels. If it cools off to around 1480, then you can add more because it like I said, is on the cusp of breaking out. So either it breaks out and you take advantage of the 50% that you have, and in case it dips, you have liquidity to add more at lower levels. So that would be a strategy on BDL. As far as BEML is concerned, we've been corrective for the last 5 weeks or so. Last 5 weeks or so. Long-term outlook remains positive. So I would say spread your purchases. We're at around 4550. 4350 is a good support. 4200 is the next support after that. So maybe you can spread your purchases and buy at these support levels from a medium-term point of view.
All right, this one is coming in from viewer who's not mentioned his name. Let me check. Okay, his name is her name is Sheshama. Wants to know about JK Tyres in particular. Bought at the levels of around 535 rupees per share and bought in the month of February itself. Heyman wants to know whether it makes sense to go ahead and exit the counter today or stay put with this one of going ahead. 535 is a buy price, so the stock has moved below those buy levels, so maybe that also could be one of the reasons why the investor is wondering whether to stay put with this one or no. What's your take?
Okay, it's a bit late, but Cheryl, I would suggest that a stop loss needs to be in place before you figure out the target, because okay, we remain in a bull market and an uptrend. If there were to be a reversal of a greater degree, the investor might have got stuck for a longer time frame. So first, I suggest stop loss in place. But I think I have good news also. We formed a short-term bottom. We've probably we probably have almost completed forming a base on the medium term. I believe time being the worst is over. Above 450, things should start picking up. Her price might not come in a jiffy, but technically there is absolutely no evidence to sell at current levels. In fact, above 450, I'd be looking at 490, 500. So hold, bounce is coming. Whether it comes to a price is a little bit of a question mark, but she will definitely get higher levels than the current levels in the current month itself.
All right, that's the take coming in on JK Tyre. But on that note, we slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now. Let's continue taking your queries. We just took a short detour from there, but from now, let me take this one. What's coming in from Balakrishnan? He's writing to us from Chennai, and he wants to fundamentally MTAR Tech. How well is it placed, and does it make sense to go ahead and buy this one at current levels? What's your take on MTAR Tech? Actually, Rajesh, this one has not performed well in the last 6 months, and this has not been able to also sustain its momentum when you talk on the charts or the way the stock has been moving. But fundamentally, do you think it warrants a buy?
At this point of time, I think one should avoid this stock because of valuation. Otherwise, the company is doing very well. The products are good. Being into defense, they have got good orders, good prospects going forward. But valuations are somewhat stretched. So at least I think one should avoid at this point.
Tech is an avoid, but Hemen, what's your view on Sirma SGS? Not much time that the stock is listed on the bourses, but Sunil wants to know what the stock can do in the next 6 months. He's already holding 1,000 shares and his average price is 530 rupees.
Okay, like you mentioned, even then I'll just repeat it. Paucity of data. So take the views with a little bit of a pinch of salt. Short term, we've entered a corrective phase, so we could be going down further. As far as the medium term outlook is concerned, I believe that we are in a consolidation phase. The down move from 700 to sub 390 has not only been halted, we are trying to form a base which would mean, if successfully formed, there would be a reversal at play. Long-term charts, not much of data, but they don't look that convincing. But yeah, medium-term point of view, 450 would be my make or break level. Assuming 450 holds, the outlook would one would look for the outlook to slowly turn positive. 450 breaks, then all bets are off in terms of closing on the weekly chart. Otherwise, I'd say downside appears limited. The worst is probably in the price. A slow and steady approach, especially above 530, is underway, but it's going to take some time. The fall has been pretty sharp, and we're adjusting. So I'd say things are not looking that bad, but we'll have to pay respect to these price levels.
All right, this was from Satya. He wants to know about GE Shipping, entry price for a 1 to 2 year investment, probable targets as well. Hemen, have you seen this one? GE Shipping, how is it looking on the charts to you? Any targets you have in mind for this one for the near term?
Regret, Cheryl, I don't track GE Shipping.
Right, let's actually with that kickstart with the rapid fire instead. Then this one is coming in from Chandrasekhar, wants to know about NMDC, whether he should look to buy or avoid for the short to medium term. What's your take, Rajesh?
Buy.
Rajesh, if you can repeat your advice on the counter.
It's a buy.
All right, NMDC is a buy right now, but Hemen, what's your view on KPIT Tech? Rahul is holding the shares just from a price of 400 rupees, already a multi-bagger. Good to stay with this?
Hold good about 1750.
All right, IDFC Limited 123 is a buy price for Poonam. Does it make sense to stay put with this one, Rajesh?
Sell.
All right, Hemen Thomas George is holding ITD Cementation, 600 shares, buy price is 400 rupees. What to do in this one?
Hold.
All right, this one is coming from Naitik Agarwal from Kanpur. Is it advisable to buy ITC and IRB Infra right now, Rajesh, for the near to long term?
ITC is a buy. IRB buy for trading only.
All right, Rajesh, what's your view on PNB? Vidya is holding 1,000 shares, buy price is 64 rupees. But good, will that be a good move to exit from PNB and rather go ahead and invest in Canara Bank?
Book partial profit in PNB and put that money into Canara Bank.
All right, this one is coming in from Dasarathi. EPL is the stock, Hemen. EPL, the stock, he has about 400 shares at a price of 195 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should book profits in EPL right now.
Hold.
All right, Hemen, Sudeep wants to know, can he go ahead and buy ONGC with the 6 months investment horizon?
Yes, you can.
All right, Mascon Doc is a counter, Rajesh. You have Shivanshu who wants to know whether he should hold or book out of this one. 3,900 is a buy price. What's your take for Mascon Doc?
Hold.
All right, Hemen, Sunita Rai is already holding Canara Bank from a price of 110 rupees, but she wants to add more. So what could be the best level to go ahead and add more?
Best level will be 114.
All right, and with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire as well as the queries. Thank you so much, Rajesh, as well as Hemen, for joining us on the show, taking our viewers' query, as well as talking about the latest SEBI notification that is out. But on that note, we slip into a break, or rather, we will wind down on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. It's a goodbye from Shrishti, myself, and the team that put the show together. Stay tuned. Marcus at Noon is coming up next with Anisha and Vinny.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.